Good morning, everybody. This is Jessica from the Silver State Stitcher. It's been forever since I've been on here, so if you're still subscribed, thanks for subscribing. Lots of big things since the last time I saw you guys. Obviously, we're dealing with this pandemic thing, so we are all stuck at home, which actually has been good for me in that my husband, who usually travels, hasn't had to travel or been able to travel for work. So we get to have him around all the time right now. So that's awesome. Big development since the last time I talked to you guys. I think the last time I talked to you guys was probably in this room, and it was when we first moved into this house, and I was probably still pregnant. At this point, I've now had a baby girl. Her name's Sophia, and she is 7 months old now. She's currently down for a nap, so fingers crossed she stays down for more than 30 minutes. I tried this earlier with her, and it was kind of a catastrophe. I'll insert maybe at the end a clip, if I can figure out how to do it, of her trying to help me with the video. She's very active, and her little personality is she wants to do everything, get into everything already. So I'm sure that'll only get more exciting. She gets more control of her body parts. Right now, she's not yet crawling. She does do that like rev little rock back and forth thing. So everybody says it's like right before she's going to start crawling, but she's been doing that for about a week and hasn't made forward motion. She moves backwards pretty good, kind of pushes herself. And she's the queen of rolling, and she likes to sit by herself kind of thing and play. So yeah, that's the update on baby and life. And obviously with baby comes a lot of being tired. So probably up until maybe a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I hadn't really done any stitching since before she was born because, as any of you who are moms out there know, having a newborn is very exhausting. And I felt like for the first 4 months of her life, I was always trying to catch up on a little bit more sleep. I mean, I'm not getting like a ton of sleep now, but I'm definitely getting enough sleep to be a human being on a more regular basis. So I'm gonna try and keep the video kind of short. We're still back in my laundry room. It's like a multi-purpose room basically back here. We've got laundry, we've got like linen storage and craft storage, and my craft room and sewing room and everything's back here. If you don't know, my channel kind of focuses on cross stitch, but obviously because it's on Flosstube, but I'm also a quilter. I've been working on trying to make masks for friends. I used to work before the baby came in the medical field. I've now, what my husband likes to call, took early retirement and have actually just shifted jobs to now being a full-time mom, which is my dream come true, and I've never been happier. I do love the experience of getting to be her mom and being home with her all the time, although everybody's home right now, so it's not like anybody else has anywhere to go, but it's an amazing, totally awesome experience that you just cannot value enough, because if I had to go back to work, or if I had gone back to work, I would have really been bummed that I missed all the little things that she does during the day, because she definitely is constantly developing some new thing. So anyway, enough about the baby. I could talk about the baby all day, but you're not here for that. So let's get on to, let's do some previous finishes. I've got a couple previous finishes that I don't think I showed you guys since the last time I was on here. And then I've also got like some sort of, or FFO'd items. And then we're gonna talk about a little bit of haul, and then mania plans at the end. So if I can get all that in before she wakes up, that'd be fantastic. I've got the monitor going, and I'm hoping that she doesn't wake up before I finish. All right, so let's start with, oops, I thought I was ready. Turns out I'm not. 1 second. I don't have the patterns out for all of these. You know what? 2 seconds. Let me grab my bin. my system for organization right now is still a work in progress, but basically as I finish things, I like to put them in a bin of completed stuff. Then if I want to go back and remake it or do it over again, I can do that. And 2 seconds, I'm just gonna pull out one more. There it is. Come on. All right, so the ones that aren't freebie patterns, because I've been doing a lot of freebie stitching. I didn't get in trouble or anything, but we all know when you get a little out of hand with shopping online, and it gets a lot easier to do that. I don't know if maybe it's just me on quarantine, but being home all the time, and you know, when baby would take a nap, I would get on to Fat Quarter Shop. Great place to spend your stitching money. I would get on to Etsy and go to Jen's Stitching Niche, because that's my other favorite place to spend my money, because she's got excellent customer service and is always super fast. Even in quarantine, the shipments I've gotten from her were unbelievably quick. So anyway, long story short is my husband goes, "What are we spending all this money on? We should be saving money. We're staying home." I'm like, well, I've been a little busy. So a couple things I've been trying to do is cut back on spending money on new stuff, stitch from stash, and try and finish projects that I've already started. So that's the theme for this whole video, basically. All right, so let's start with the one I finished the most recently is Old Glory. It's by Little House Needleworks. I love anything patriotic, and I realized last year I just don't have that much of it, so this year I'm trying to finish as much of it as I can so that I can have out like a little display for 4th of July. This was super easy, super quick to stitch. I started it last year, I think around July. I don't know, sometime while I was pregnant, it got started. It got 90% done, and then I just like gave up on it. I don't know what happened. Anyway, so opened it up. I was like, oh, I can finish this within a day. All right, next up would be Flip It by Lizzie Kate, the Halloween one. And mine, I changed a lot of the colors. I didn't love the look of the pumpkin on it or the little certain things about it. So I just changed it to what I had in my stash and kind of made the pumpkin look the way I wanted him to look, sort of thing. So just took some creative liberty there. Let's see. This is a little freebie that came out around Valentine's Day. It says, "Love You More." Another little freebie. This is just sticky board. I'm getting ready to hot glue this down, so I have it. I kind of like to, if I get a chance to put it on sticky board, and then basically all I have to do is look for something to finish it on. I already know what size it's going to be, and I can put backing, fabric behind it. So if I have like little scraps, like this is like a little scrap piece of sticky board, I think it fits on there perfectly. I don't know what I'm going to finish it on just yet. I definitely can't go shopping for finishing things, so I just have it started on the finishing pile. Same thing with this guy. He's got a little sticky board behind it. This is Valentine Flip It. I think this is maybe all called for except for the purple was like a limited edition overdyed. I don't remember which one it was. Anyway, I just liked it. I thought it turned out really good, and I like the colors that were already in it. One moment. All right, so I'm back. Baby is awake, and she is gonna hang out hopefully in her bouncer for just a little bit, and we'll see how far we get. All right, we've got Lizzie Kate Snippet Hop. This one is, it's still got a needle in it. I gotta take that needle out. Actually, I should do that right now, because otherwise I will again forget. This one, I'm pretty sure I used all the called for except for the bunnies. I did like a variegated, I can't remember which brown it was. It's a classic Colorworks color that I just decided was a better looking bunny color. This one is from Lizzie Kate Easter Sampler. And I basically just did this, but then substituted for the hats, the Sunday Easter hats that were in there, because they just looked goofy to me. I just put a big carrot in there instead, which was on one of the other pieces in that set. And this is on, everything so far has been on coffee tea dyed 28 count Monaco. And then this is on Rit dyed and then coffee tea dyed. Got a little burnt on the back, Monaco. And this is all just Classic Colorworks, just kind of whatever I felt like putting on color-wise, what I thought looked best on there. Let's see, we've got, what is the, don't have it in here, but maybe it's because I kitted it up for another one. But this is also from Lizzie Kate. It's a Lizzie Kate, I think it's Spring Smalls. And on the picture, they have this stitched in a dark color, like a dark purple, I think. But I decided to use Honeycomb by Classic Colorworks. I just thought it looked better and it stood out on the fabric that I had. This is Rit dyed with, I want to say like pearl gray or something like that. And then coffee tea dyed and baked and stuff. So anyway, same fabric. I think it's like Spring Alphabet or something like that by Lizzie Kate. Not sure what this pattern is either. And this is Mary String. I think I finished this last time, but I can't remember. And I'm pretty sure this is all called for DMC floss. I love the colors in that one. This is that one, Lizzie Kate. I've got a couple of those kitted up and ready to go for Mania stuff. And then this is the Mary Chockful jar. This is probably the first one I did after coming back from baby hiatus. That one. And I did the small. I love this. That was so easy to do. And for some reason, I mean, everybody's always saying how hard it is to stitch on black. Obviously, this is not like black. This is the Chalkboard Ada, I think is what it is. But I think it turned out great. And I didn't find it was hard to do at all, but maybe it's because I'm not trying to do it on like black, like linen or anything like that. And then I'm working on one right now. I'll show you in Mania, but this is Boo, Lizzie Kate finished. I just need to put something, I meant to get something from like Hobby Lobby or Joann's to put on top. Maybe I'll wait till next Halloween season or this Halloween season before I put something on there. But I just want like a big bow or covered button or something like that there. So it's almost finished. It's just a frame from Hobby Lobby. I think I got it on sale. And I think I'll try and put as many of them on here as I can. Obviously, it matches the Boo and the orange. I think it matches the fall one. But I needed something else for like, I think there's a Christmas one that I might have the pattern for. All right, and then for haul, that's gonna go next. For haul, recently I went to My Quilt Shop. Now, is this from My Quilt Shop? No, this is from my husband's family. It lives in Florida. We were there visiting literally the week before everything went crazy with the pandemic, quarantine, all that stuff. And we went to a really cute little shop where actually Missouri Star Quilt Company was doing like a trunk show there that weekend. And I tried so hard to get us tickets. My mom was there with us and she would have loved it, but we weren't able to get in. Anyway, we went to the quilt shop that was nearby. We were there visiting. My husband's dad is in the hospital. He's been in the hospital for a while. He luckily was the recipient of a lung transplant. This is his second one. So he got one side done last year. This one got done this year. And he's just still recovering from that big surgery. So anyway, we went shopping at that little quilt shop, and I bought a little charm pack with some, it's called Little Snippets by Bonnie and Camille. And I just loved all the bright colors in it. So pretty. It has like some darker colors too. I just love this floral print. I think that's so pretty. I think it's not like a new line, but they had it and I thought it was super cool. And I've never tried one of these cupcake mix recipe things. So I thought I'd try it. And then that leads me into my next. And here's where I found some more. Okay. So this was the Spring ABCs, like I said, Lizzie Kate. That's a done pattern. And there's Spring Smalls. Lizzie Kate, this is the pattern I did, but I did it with yellow instead, or honeycomb. Let's see, I think the rest of this is just fall. Fall. Yes, I've gotten a lot out of hand with the haul. All right, so while we were in Florida, tying back to Florida again, we stopped at Brick City Cross Stitch, which is in Ocala, I think. Yes, Ocala, Florida. Brick City Cross Stitch. I cannot think of the name of the lady who was there. I'm pretty sure it was the owner. She was the nicest. If you're in Ocala, Florida, or around there, like in Gainesville, you should definitely check out her little cross stitch shop. It's amazing. She had, whenever I go to a cross stitch shop, I love Lizzie Kate stuff. So I bought myself 2 of the tingles. They were the only ones that she had. So now I need to find the rest of these. I think there's, I'm not sure how many. There's probably like 6 or 8 of these. And I don't know that I would do it. Maybe I would do it all in one. But yeah, I need to get the rest of these. So I'll have to look on 1, 2, 3 stitch and see if I can get the rest of those and do it without my husband noticing. Also, they had this Flora Mix Sample Treats by Lizzie Kate, which I thought would be a fun one to do. Then they also had Lizzie Kate Spring Alphabet. All of these were like in a discount bin because I think obviously there's not very many of them left in the shop. And then this was not a Lizzie Kate, which is unusual. This is Hands On Design Autumn Skies. I just thought this one was so cute. And so I thought I'd work on that one. It would go really well with all my other fall stuff. And it comes with some finishing stuff inside there, so I thought that was kind of cool. This is a quilt pattern that I got that I thought would be super fun to do. I've got a ton of quilts, but I don't have very many like holiday quilts. So I've been doing a lot more cross stitch, like seasonal cross stitch stuff, but I don't have any seasonal like quilt stuff. So that's my goal for 2020 is to work on some seasonal quilts. So this one I thought was really cute, little ghost quilt. And then since I got this one, I saw one where it's like little girl ghosts and they have little bows on them. I thought that was really cute too. So who knows, maybe I'll have to make both of them. And then I think what's left is Fat Quarter Shop Paul. So I got the Heart and Hand Christmas Square Dance. I just thought these were so cute. I haven't done any of these at all, so those are on my radar for getting done. Let's see. This literally just came yesterday. I put the order in like 2 weeks ago, and usually, you know, it's so much faster from Fat Quarter Shop, but because of the quarantine and everything, it's a little bit slower. It's been about 2 weeks since I put this order in. I got Gobble from Bent Creek. I just saw this one. I thought, so cute. It'll be probably a pretty quick stitch because it's mostly letters and like single line stuff. There's only like 4 little actual motifs that are going to take a minute to stitch up, but it'll go quickly. And with a baby, I really have to focus on projects that aren't going to take forever. And then to go with that one, I also got Thankful Owls by Bent Creek. I really like Bent Creek lately. Oh, there she is. I also from Fat Quarter Shop bought some charm squares in white, and that'll go with the cupcake mix recipe and the charm squares so I can finish working on little quilt top with that. And then last but not least for haul would be some fabric from Fat Quarter Shop. And my mother-in-law loves flamingos, so I got myself some flamingo fabric and then coordinating fabric so I can work on making her some cute flamingo face masks because she has to travel back and forth from where they live to Gainesville, where my father-in-law is in the hospital. So I thought it'd be nice to send her some special little face masks that she would love. I was lucky enough to win a prize from Priscilla and Chelsea 2 weeks ago, I think. I got this little snowman pocket round. And like I said, I have a small baby at home and she does not like to sleep most hours of the night. So now she started sleeping a little bit longer, but sometimes when I wake up for like her 2 o'clock feeding or 3 o'clock feeding in the morning, I cannot fall back asleep. So then what do? You gotta watch some Flosstube. And I happen to be watching Real Housewives of Cross Stitch, and it was like 3 in the morning and I'm watching the episode. And you know when you're not really sure if you heard something correctly, but I had to watch it. I had to rewind it 3 times to figure out that they were talking about me winning something because I never win anything. Most of the time I just answer the question and put a couple numbers in there. I know I'm not going to win, but I did. So that was pretty cool. So I really appreciated that. And, you know, of course I was tired. I'm very excited. So of course I'm sitting there crying my eyes out because, not because I was sad, but I was just like, I can't believe I won kind of thing. I mean, does anybody else have that? It could also be mom hormones. What are you gonna do? All right, one more finish and then we'll get on to mania plans. I have a frame, which I should have brought with me, but it is out in the living room. And like I said, we're working on borrowed time with the baby who is keeping herself entertained, but that could end at any second. So we're gonna try and get through this efficiently. All right, so I've finished. It was a Lizzie Kate yearly season. I can't remember what the name of it was. It's Lizzie Kate. Again, mom brain. When does that come back? Does anybody know? When do you get your brain cells back? So I finished all of them maybe a year and a half ago. The patterns were finished, and then I just finally fully finished them maybe a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago. Anyway, they're finished on sticky board and then foam board and then magnets on the back. So I switch them out with this picture frame that I have in the living room. So January, February, I love this one. That's my favorite one. March, oh, I like that one too. I like the little background fabric on that one. Let's see. Oh, April's out there. I'm like, where's April? May, super cute. June, my birthday month. July, love the 4th of July, anything. August, little, oh, is it upside down? Yes. Get it together, Jessica. August, September, I love this polka dot print. October, funny story about this background fabric on here. When we moved into this house, it was owned by an older couple who have since passed, and then we bought it from their estate. And a lot of the stuff that was in the house, that was left in the house, not personal effects, but like just furniture and odds and ends and stuff like that, they sold us with the house, which was like, as soon as I walked into this quilt room, because she had it set up like a little quilt room back here, she was a quilter, I knew immediately, it was like, we have to have this house. And in finding, like going through all the cabinets and stuff like that, tons of like fabric, not all of it stuff that I would necessarily put in a quilt because it's not really my style, but perfect for backing projects like this. She had a whole bunch of like little Halloween, little fat eighths basically. So that's what this is. So every now and then, it was Bob and Ethel. They were the previous owners of our home. Every now and then I say a little thank you prayer to Ethel and Bob, mostly Ethel, because Ethel always seemed to have had pretty good taste in most things. Then there is, oh, I must have lost a magnet somewhere in this mess, but this is November. I'll have to stick another magnet on there. It must have come off. And then last but not least, December. Also, I think this is an Ethel fabric as well. So thanks, Ethel. And then I'm keeping that. I have a couple other change out stuff in like this box that I got from Michael's, I think. I don't know what the name, it was like, I don't remember the name of the boxes, but super convenient, perfect size for holding on to finishes. All right, so plans for Mania. Let's see if we can get through this quickly. How you doing over there? Doing okay? My plan is, I've kitted up about 15 things, maybe 14 things, and it's a combination of previous starts and a couple new things. I have more new things kitted up, but they're not in the basket just yet because I want to get through as much of the previous start stuff as possible. And these were all previous starts that still make me pretty happy. There's a couple previous starts that I'm like, not sure if I'm going to finish them, so I kind of put them, like de-kitted them and pillaged their thread supply to finish kitting up ones that I actually really want to do. So this is like the first draft of what my Mania plans are, and by Mania, I'm starting it now. I started it like a week ago, basically, because with quarantine, you okay? With quarantine being on, it's not like we have anywhere to go at night. So after the baby goes to bed, well, let me back up 2 steps. We live in a teeny tiny town, and my mom, who's a widow, my dad passed away about 7 or 8 years ago. You okay? Sorry, she keeps sticking her finger all the way in the back of her mouth because she's teething, and she gags herself sometimes. She lives here in town. She lives in our tiny town with us, and since the quarantine started, she's kind of moved into our house with us because it was lonely by herself being stuck at home, and just because. Anyway, so her and I both cross stitch, and if she's currently taking a nap, otherwise I would have had her do a guest appearance in here and show you her projects. Maybe she'll be on another episode because I feel like if we're gonna be home this much, I can probably get a couple more of these done more regularly. But she was nice enough to let me borrow her Longaberger basket. She was a Longaberger consultant back in the day. My love for Longaberger comes from growing up with everything Longaberger. Like we had Longaberger laundry baskets growing up and Longaberger everything. She still has like the whole Longaberger dish set that we grew up with from the 90s. And anyway, so my little Longaberger basket has the ones that I'm gonna immediately work on. If I clear out enough of these and get to a point where I want to add some more in, then I'll add in some of the newly kitted up stuff. All right. So now that we're done talking about it, let's show you what I've got. All right. We've got, it's Happy Easter from Tiny Modernist. And this is on the same teal coffee tea dyed fabric. And I just decided to do my own colorway. Obviously, I couldn't do the same like tealy color because it would have clashed with the background fabric, but I just thought it looked so springy, this color. So I've just kind of started winging it. As I would get to a different section of the pattern, I would change up the color to what worked best for me, and I liked these 2 colors because they had a lot of variegation in them. It's all classic colorworks. I think this is, I'm not even gonna guess, I have no idea. Crocus, I think, is this one down below, but anyway, the classic, all classic colorworks. Stepping stones or the bunny, I know that. Other than that, I think it's steamed broccoli. No, it's too light for steamed broccoli. I don't know. If you really need to know, just ask me and I'll actually look it up. All right. That's one. Like I said, it's not like I'm that far off from finishing them. It's just like stuff that I kind of just started and then chose to give up on or bail out on halfway through. This one is one that I've been working on since last night. I had like half of it done and then found that I didn't finish it. It's a snippet, just like that Boo one. It's fall. So I have to finish the pumpkin over here and some stems, and this one will be done later today. I'm debating, there's like little tiny eyelet stitches in the middle. And I don't remember, did I do the eyelet stitches? I feel like there's eyelet stitches on all. Oh, maybe I did. All right, never mind. I was gonna say, oh, I'm not gonna do it because it stresses me out, specialty stitches sometimes. And sometimes I just don't wanna do them. But I already did it on the other one, so now I have to make it match because otherwise that'll drive me even more crazy. Here's another one that I'm mostly done with, and I think I gave up because I was kind of frustrated with I just got tired of doing it. It's a Prairie Schooler, sorry. Prairie Schooler double. My dog ate up one of these patterns. This is my second purchase of this pattern. But I love these little cardstock ones. Sorry, I didn't mean to flash the pattern. I love the little cardstock Prairie Schoolers. Okay. Gotta hurry up. Let's see. We've got... Hello. Now, I realize that I way undercut the fabric on this, so it's more than likely gonna have to be a pillow. And I've already decided to omit like the outer border in order to make it fit, because I don't know what I was thinking. This was something that I kitted up and started while I was pregnant. There were some rash decisions made during that very hormonal period of my life. So I don't want to give up on it. I'm gonna finish it, and I'll probably finish this one into a pillow because I don't need very much for a seam allowance, just 1/4 of an inch, which I can make happen on this. And that's just called for DMC. It's just 310 and whatever the called for orange color is. Let's see. Sorry, I didn't have these better organized beforehand. But this is Heart in Hand, Bird in the Hand, Autumn. And I started on the Ghost at one point. So that one should take not too long, excuse me. So once I get to that one, it'll go probably pretty quickly. It's not a very big pattern. Somebody had asked me, because I posted something in the Real Housewives Facebook group, because I showed a picture of all my stuff kitted up, not like individual stuff, but like how I had it all organized. These are from the Container Store. They're the mesh vinyl project bags, and they're super inexpensive. I think they're even on sale right now for some reason. But I have them in this size, and then I'll show you the bigger size when I get to them. I love keeping my projects in there because I need things to be kind of uniform for me to want to stick to it. And it keeps me organized for sure. So this is Holiday Hoopla, St. Patrick's Day. Of course I have it on backwards, so you can't even see what I'm showing. You're okay. You're okay. Hi, Mama. Hi, Mama. We're almost done. I promise. I know. Yeah. Sorry. All right, St. Patrick's Day Holiday Hoopla. Look how cute that little sheep is. And then all the called for colors. I got all the called for colors for this, as well as the little sheep pattern was purchased from my local LNS, which is Stitcher's Paradise here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And then I've got some coffee tea dyed Monaco in there. Then we've got Lizzie Kate, Summer Basket. I don't have anything started on that, so not much to look at there. This one is Welcome to the Forest. And this one I had grand plans to have this done for her nursery, and then that didn't happen. So I've got that one started. Super cute. Again, should go pretty quickly. I have the rest of that series. I just only started on that one, and I kind of didn't want to have too many new starts to go through. All right, let me put these back in. All right, this is another freebie from Home Freebie by Little Stitch Girl, I think. So I changed up all the colors because I decided to do it on this teal fabric again. My mom finished hers. She started after me and she finished it much faster than I did. I just got bored and decided to switch over to something else. But hers is really cute, so I'll have to show that to you maybe next week. This one is Wear Wool. This was also a haul that I got recently. I just thought it was so stinking cute, and I've never really done a sampler before, so I decided to go ahead and start this one by October House Fiber Arts. I think this is new from market this year. I think this is super cute, and I've gotten almost done with it. And the reason I did not finish it is mostly because in this bottom section, I made a boo-boo in counting or something. I'm not sure what happened, but now I have to rip out like 2/3 of those little discs and realign everything. It was like one of those things where you go, can I like fudge it and make it work? But unfortunately, no. And that I'm using all the called for colors. I got most of the, let's see, I purchased the threads that I needed for that from Jen's Stitching Niche. Again, great place to spend your money. And also I think I purchased this shepherd's pie, which has a lot of the same colors in it. So that's why it's in the same bag. Because if I finish that sheep one, then I'll just switch up, get the fabric out for this and start working on this. Can you see a trend? Somehow lately I've merged into mostly sheep everywhere. Well, and she's got like little tiny quilt motifs on the side of her. And again, since I'm a quilter, I'm a sucker for quilt motifs. What? Almost done. We're almost done. Hi. Hi. What are you doing? I'll get you in just a second. I'm working on Tired Trio, so that's one of the ones. I started it, and somehow I ended up starting it. I started stitching it this way, so I don't know. It's confusing. All the called for colors on that. Again, thread from that is all from Jen's Stitching Niche. And then I have, because I had a couple of other ones, I put them all in the same bag and I have the fabric in there for Fox View and Sheep Heap. So there's more than 15 projects, I guess. Hey, bub. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Working on the small for Chockful, Harvest Chockful. And I have that one just started. Just that much, not very much. It's gonna be super speed Flosstube now. I got that as a kit from Fat Quarter Shop. Got two more. Can you hang out for 2 more? And then I'll pick you up, okay? Every Heartbeat's True. The little sheep again. There's a sheep theme this year. 2020 is the year of the sheep at my house. Country Cottage Needleworks. It's going really quick, so hopefully that one will be over, completed soon. I know. Last one. Hey, Sophia. This is the last one. And then this one is a new start. Haven't done anything at all, but I just really like this one, so I'm going to start this one. Okay. I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. Alrighty. Okay. Don't mind the crazy bedhead. We've just woken up from a nap about 20 minutes ago. So, this is Sophia. She's our newest little crafter. She loves playing with my little project bags. She loves helping out in the quilt room. She's very good at helping to pick up fabric. She's been to many quilt stores in her short 7 months on this planet. Huh. Isn't that right? Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah. Other than that, I hope everyone's well in the quarantine. I feel like if I didn't have stitching to keep me sane, would be in a lot worse trouble for sure, because you kind of get kind of bummed out some days. I feel like if I have structure to my day, which involves obviously taking care of this little ragamuffin, but also my treat at the end of the day is that I get to play with my stitching. If I didn't have that in my life, I would be going a little crazy. A little crazy, isn't that right? Yes. Yes. All right, so we are going to sign off. I'm going to hopefully be able to get this kind of, I'm going to say edited in air quotes because realistically I don't actually edit, but I'm going to see if I can figure out how to iMovie this together and do a better job of that. And then we'll see you guys maybe next week. If I can make this a weekly thing, that would be kind of cool. Usually she does sleep a little bit longer than she did, and I can usually get more done, but she knew the second I came in here that she was going to wake up, so. All right, say bye-bye, Sophie. Say bye-bye, Sophie. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Sophie. Have a great week. Oops, Mommy forgot how to turn off the camera.